Good morning. Okay, so to follow up on my triple dog dare of having you schedule, block off, and commit to disconnected days so that you can finally do deep, head down, totally focused, distraction-free, vital, creative work, I know that we need to get to your main source of distraction, your boss. And if you are the boss, it's your fault, bucko. At the heart of it, productivity and the ability to stay focused is very much dependent upon the environment that you are operating in. So the person who sets the environment up and leads the environment is the one at fault here. This includes not only the physical space, if you are required to operate in one, but also the working environment virtually, how communication flows, what the expectations are, and mostly the leader's own behavior. If the boss sends a late night email, regardless if you expect an answer right away or not, the fact that you have sent it at that hour suggests you want an answer, even if you tell them otherwise, and it will wreak havoc on their brain in the meantime. If the boss CCs too many people on too many trivial things, that will become the CYA, cover your arse pattern, and email volume will explode in your organization. If the boss leaves a lot of open loops in email communications or project management comments, the volume of comments per task will explode. If the boss responds too quickly, the expectation will be set, always be on alert. If the boss sends communications at random times, the expectation will be set, always be on alert. Both of these are what is called the variability syndrome. You know the example from B.F. Skinner's 1950 experiment with rats. If you feed them cheese at the same time in the same place, they show up at that time, eat the cheese merrily, and then spend the rest of their day free and happy. If you feed them at variable times, in variable places, they'll spend the whole day searching everywhere incessantly. This causes them to be in constant distress, resulting in hypertension and early death. This is what you're doing to your people with your variable behavior. You are causing them to be in constant stress, disabling them to ever focus, concentrate, and do deep work. And you may be killing them too, if not physically, yet emotionally, psychologically, and most certainly productively. So, there are a few keys to remedying this. Number one is clear expectations. What are your communication rules for email, project management, SMS, etc.? For clarity of purpose, the CTA, the call to action, and who needs to be included and how to respond and to end loops and so forth. What is the expected response time for each different channel of communication? Number two, forced freedom. Designate those disconnected days or disconnected hours during the day and across communication channels. Also, have off hours communication rules. Number three, by your behavior. You as the leader have to set the pace. You have to be the example and demonstrate the constraint. Likely you are the most derailing aspect that's derailing your team and causing them to stress and suffer the variability syndrome. I conducted an experiment at the end of last year. Email is my focus kryptonite, and I had some big deadlines looming. I had to get really focused if I was going to meet them, and a Hardy always meets his deadlines. So I needed to find a way to get leverage over myself. So I set up an autoresponder that informed everybody who sent me an email that I would only be checking email twice a day, 11 a.m. and at 2 p.m. And if I sent them an email or responded to them outside of those windows, to please call me out and kick my arse. Now, I was on the hook, not just to my commitment to myself, but now with everybody forcing me to be accountable. It not only worked terrifically for me and my ability to actually not bother with email outside of those 2 times, but what I also experienced was, A, email volume was radically reduced. When you send fewer emails, you get fewer responses. Go figure. B, when you are not responding quickly, people don't send as many emails. You stop being a crutch for them. They figure stuff out on their own. Go figure. All this is further proof that the leader's behavior is what causes communication and concentration chaos, or creates the organization's environment that is conducive to focus and productivity. So leaders, I quadruple dog dare you to lead a more productive environment for your team. Make sure that you jotted down the 3 points that I've outlined here. 1, clear expectations. 2, forced freedom. 3, by your behavior. And then exercise them. And now you tell us, what else do you do to lead a productive environment? Even if that productive environment is one that you lead at home, share that with us in the comments below. And if you're up for the challenge, write #DareAccepted in the comments below.